Dominoes is not the only tile-based game that is being played across this island. There are other tiles being thrown around, and that are Mah-Jon tiles.
Oh, this is really a part of the Chinese culture. It's like what generations before people start playing already.
In any given neighborhood on the island of Aruba, you could find people playing Mah-Jon, a Chinese tile-based game. The game is played all over the world, and Aruba is no exception. Mah-Jon was developed in the 19th century in China and has spread throughout the world since the early 20th century. Carlo, who has been playing Mah-Jon since he was 18 years old, gives us the basics of what you need to get a Mah-Jon game going.
This most important part, you have to have 4 people. That's the game all about. If you're missing one, you can't play the game. So the most important part, 4 people. And then you got the Mah-Jon, and then you got the dice, and then you got the chips. You need to have food, snacks, drinks, being together, right? And then that's it.
The game of Mah-Jon is played recreationally. There can be a gambling element to it, but it is not the main draw. The gathering of friends and family is what drives this Chinese generational activity. Do you think it's a good way to bond with your family and friends?
Oh, definitely. Because you're sitting, you're playing the game, you chat, and then you're having fun. Some snacks, some drinks, some food together, and then after that dinner time, you make dinner, you're sitting together again, right? So it's fun to be together, to bond.
These green tiles bring people together. Carlos says, yes, you can put a little money in the game, but it is important to keep it low risk.
So that's why this one point, don't play too big, because it's a gambling game. You don't wanna hurt your friends or family members. So keep it small. It's a game, right? Keep it fun. So when chat together, be with together, and then have dinner together. Have fun. That's it. That's all about.
Besides for bringing people together, there's been proven medical benefits to this game as well.
好處咧就而家已經證實咗可以防止老人痴呆症，係啦，因為要用少少腦咯，即係已經證實咗㗎啦，可以防止老人痴呆症。咁我哋即係而家呢個社會都好建議啲老人家多啲打麻雀，即係唔一定要打錢啦，係咪？咁啊呢個好處喺呢度咯。
If you were to look online, several sources say studies have found that people who play Mah-Jon almost every day had a significantly lower risk of dementia. Mah-Jon takes several hours to play, sometimes even all day, so it keeps the brain going for long periods of time, which has been proven to be very beneficial for the elderly. Since there is a gambling aspect to Mah-Jon, it is frowned upon for couples to play together. May and Carlo are married. For the purpose of this filming, they're sitting at the same table to help their daughter out with the story. That's right, these are my parents. Do you see the resemblance? For as long as I can remember, Mah-Jon has always been around at family and friend gatherings. It is definitely a family tradition that gets passed on from generation to generation.
我好細個嗰陣時咧，11、12歲就跟我媽媽去睇佢打麻雀㗎啦，即係咁樣咯。贏咗我媽媽贏咗咧就有雲吞麵食5毫子嘅嗰陣時價值，如果輸咗咧就冇得食，我就跟住佢坐喺隔離，好乖嘅，唔好騷擾人哋嘅，咁咯。
As years pass and more people pick up the game, different versions of the game have been invented. 係中國人嘅國粹嚟嘅，咁啊已經係好重要㗎啦！呢個麻雀係幾千年歷史㗎啦，已經有㗎啦。咁啊而家改進到咧有好多種打法。
There's lots of ways to play. In Hong Kong, they play in a different style. In Taiwan, they play in a different style. But the same mahjong, same amount of the dominoes, and it's just they play in a different way. In China, they play in a different way. In Singapore, they play in a different way. But it's an Asian game. But now in the Western countries, they start playing this as well.
In case you were wondering, this is a fancy automatic Mah-Jon table where it shuffles the tiles for the players. It isn't a typical table that you'll find at every Mah-Jon game. Evidently, Mah-Jon is a big part of the Chinese culture. It's an activity that brings family and friends together where the brain gets exercised. It also creates time to bond with one another, and it preserves a 1,000-year-old cultural tradition.
哇，孖衫啊！
I'm very glad that I was able to share that story with you because, of course, it's a special one to me since it's the first time I've had the opportunity to interview my mom and dad. Signing off right here, I'm Yenta Liu. We'll see you next time.